I remember one day a few years ago when I was at my house, sitting in the living room, laying on the couch, and I was watching the news. And so I was laying there while the rest of my family was doing things around the house. And so while I'm sitting there watching TV, my mother walks out and she stops and asks me to take out the trash. And so I was sitting there and I kind of got angry. Like I kind of got pissed off that she even asked me that. For some reason, I don't know why. And so I literally just started to complain about how I'd be sitting in the house and I wouldn't be getting enough free time. And every time I went to relax, someone would ask me to do something else. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I was like so lazy during those times. And so it's crazy now that I look at it that I got mad at the time because I was literally laying there while my family was doing a bunch of stuff around the house and I was like expecting to be taken care of like a little kid. And so after 10 minutes of procrastinating, I finally got up and took the trash out. And so I remember walking outside of the door, walking to the side of the house, putting the bag inside the trash, and then walking back inside. It took about 30 seconds. And so when I got inside and I started walking back to the living room to lay down, this ad came up. Now the thing was, this wasn't your normal advertisement. There was something different about it. Instead of some company promoting what kind of food that you have to buy or whatever thing is going to cure your illness, this was a different type of ad. It was a nonprofit organization that was trying to raise money for kids who were starving in some foreign country. And so I didn't realize this until today. But while I was sitting there in my nice house, sitting on the couch, watching TV in the air conditioning, there was people in foreign countries and people in my own country that were starving. There was people all over the world that would do anything to have what I had at the time. And so while I was sitting there complaining about my situation and being lazy, I realized that there are so many people that wish that they had my spot. And so there I was just sitting on the couch, not even realizing how lucky I was. And so I want you to realize that if for some reason you think you are unlucky, there will always be someone less fortunate than you, always. If you live in a house with a roof and you have food and water, that's something you need to be thankful for. That's something you need to be aware of, that there's people in this world that don't even have those things. There's people that would do anything to have your spot. And so you're sitting there lazily and you're not taking advantage of that potential that you have to make the most out of your situation, to make the most out of the cards that you were dealt. And so I learned that I have so many opportunities that I don't even see or acknowledge that are there. And so I realized that I need to take advantage of the cards that I was dealt and I need to make the most out of all that I have. And so you need to realize that if you're watching this video on a phone or a tablet or any sort of device, you are privileged to have that device. You are privileged to have the ability to access the internet and the vast amount of resources that are on the internet. But the thing is, instead of choosing to learn, you choose to distract yourself with TikTok and Instagram. And instead of building and working on a skill or working on something that you could provide to this world, you're too busy distracting yourself. So you need to realize that there's thousands, if not millions of people who wish they had your situation. And you are doing a disgrace if you don't live up to your maximum potential, because these other people, if they had your spot, they would. So stop complaining about your situation and take ownership. Take control of your life and use all of your opportunities to move up. You have so much to offer to the world, but you sit there distracting yourself and you need to take control now. Now, something that you have to realize is that if you're addicted to your screen, it is not your fault. These evil social media companies have literally taken advantage of you. And so they literally optimize the specific color, the specific text, or the specific sound of the app so that you can keep going on it and wasting your life on it. Because the thing is that they know if you spend more time on their app, they're going to make more money. And so if you're trying to do this alone, it is extremely difficult, if not impossible. The thing is, the people around us are our biggest influences, and the average person in the US spends 6 hours a day on their phone. This means that you're going to be surrounded by people who are doing this thing, and so you're going to be influenced to do it, and it's going to be almost weird if you're not the person doing it. So if you want to learn more, go right now into the description and click on that link I left for you. Make sure you subscribe right now and comment your story down below. My name is Justin, and remember, you deserve the consequences of your actions.